Greetings. I'm on my lunch break right now at work, and I thought I would talk a little bit more about some shit that's going on locally. And this one in particular affects the area where I'm living in. See, I live about an hour and a half north of Detroit, the outskirts of Detroit, along the along the river. I live on the St. Clair River area and Port Huron area, and across the river there's a town in Canada called Sarnia, more of a city, I guess. And they have this huge industrial complex, I guess, that you can see it along the river, all their oil refineries and power plants and whatnot going on there. And if you don't already know, Port Huron area has one of the highest cancer rates in all of Michigan. It gets pretty bad. And I, along with many others, would presume that it's because of these chemical factories and oil refineries and whatnot, pumping out tons of shit. And, well, a lot of times what they'll do also is sometimes it's cheaper for them to pay the fines for dumping shit into the river than it is for them to actually get it removed carefully and cleanly. So it doesn't happen as much anymore. It used to happen a lot. But every now and then they'll just, whoops, we accidentally dumped a whole bunch of waste into the river. Sorry, our bad. We'll just pay the fine and it'll be all good. They don't have to deal with any really major repercussions. So that kind of affects with the local wildlife, affects with the local populations. You know, that's our drinking water and whatnot. I don't drink the tap water here. I will not drink tap water, but, you know, the people who do and the people who are unaware, it fucks with them. So the news article that I just came across was talking about how across the river in Sarnia they were planning on doing a health survey, because in Sarnia it's much worse. Holy shit. Well, a lot of the times what will happen is even across the river on this side you can hear it. A fucking alarm will go off. It just goes off. In Sarnia, and that usually means, oh shit, there's hazardous amounts of chemicals in the air. Everyone's get inside and board up. And this happens in Sarnia. These people have to go and hide into their house until local officials say, alright, yeah, it's okay for you to go outside again. So they're talking about doing another health survey. They've promised these things in the past. They don't go anywhere. So I don't know if this one in particular will actually go anywhere. But it's a pretty major issue. I've grown up with these things. You know, I remember being little, driving down the river, and I'd get headaches going down this part across from the chemical plants. I don't know if it was from the chemical plants. I would imagine it was. I could just almost smell the fumes, and it just gave me horrible headaches, and I'd get migraines. Still get them sometimes. So I definitely have plans on moving out of the area. This place is becoming a shithole. I mean, it's not that bad. There's some parts that are developing, like the downtown in Port Huron's becoming real nice, and Marine City's downtown's looking real nice too. I wish the area where I lived in, Marysville area, had a better downtown. We're like in between the two. But yeah, it's a pretty big major issue. It's even more interesting because that's where I live. That's in my area. I'm surprised that's not bigger news. Michigan's just full of shitty health problems right now, especially in terms of drinking water, man. There isn't like a clean source of water unless you go further inland into those little inland landlocked lakes. Usually landlocked. Usually they have little tribunes going out to the huge lakes. But everyone's trying to stick their pipes in our lakes, take the water. They're fucking with the wildlife. They're fucking with pollution. They're just dumping all the time. Canada is also talking about building a nuclear waste facility not too far off the coast of the river, just miles and miles, like not miles and miles, but very deep underground to store this shit. And it's like, well, what do you think if something goes wrong and there's a crack in the containment? It's going to leak into that river water and the drinking water and the groundwater and fuck with everyone. So there's huge petitions going out to try and stop that shit. But yeah, that's all I had to talk about. Some more local news for you. Alright, peace.